name is Ryan, or I'm on Productions 34, and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars review. Today we're taking a look at the 75145 Eclipse Fighter. This is from the LEGO created Star Wars Freemaker Adventures show. It includes 363 pieces and retails for $30 here in the United States, which is a pretty fair price for the set. It's actually really cool, really reminds me of General Grievous' Starfighter, but I'll talk about that later when we're talking about the ship. The box design is really cool. They show the Dengar on his speeder there, and then the ship is featured in the center. In the back, you can kind of see a B-wing and an X-wing there. I don't know how well it picks up on camera, but that is there. And it looks like some TIE fighters up over here. So there are some little Easter eggs kind of on the packaging. On the top, it shows both figures, Naare and Dengar. And around back, it just shows some of the features the sets have, or all of the features the set has. And then the set kind of in a hanger. And then on top, like the blueprints or the hologram of the ship, which is kind of my favorite part of the back. I really like seeing those. It's a nice little feature. The instructions, very similar to the box design. Just open up normal pages. Nothing too special about the instructions except in the back. It shows off, sorry, kind of clumsy here, the Force Builder app, all the minifigures from the summer line except, which set is missing is the, there's a set missing, I can't remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6 sets there. The Clone Turbo Tank figures aren't there. And then it shows all the sets, including the Clone Turbo Tank there. And then it has a little ad for Star Wars The Force Awakens, the video game, which is a really cool looking ad. I like that. And on the back, the typical win with your survey or whatever it is. So yeah, without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and take a look at the minifigures. So let's go ahead and do that. The first figure is Dengar. He is really cool. He comes with a standard long blaster rifle, so that's always a cool addition. But more importantly, he has a very awesome new print. The last version of the Dengar that we got was in the 2011 Super Star Destroyer, and before that, the only one we had was in the 2006 Boba Fett Slave 1. So we've only had 2 previous versions of this figure, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. This figure is really cool. He's got like kind of wrapped up face there. You can see the white cloth, and then he's also got like a hat on to, resemble a mask, I guess. Not really a mask because it's not covering his face, but it's a thing to cover his head. So you can see his face in there. It looks really cool. I think they did a great job, showing some very realistic details on a Lego figure. The torso print is also really good. Looks really cool. Lots of different coloring. You can see there lots of little details on there. Very hard to point out, but you can see them for yourself. Nothing on the legs or arms. There is printing on the back, which I'll go ahead and show you, but the backpack is also a pretty cool design. I don't think I've seen a backpack design like this, so it's nice to see a new backpack design. But let's go ahead and show you the back printing. One more note, the back of the head is also completely white, so it's just not double-sided, it's just completely white. But the back printing does look really cool, and I'm really loving that. It looks really nice, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the next figure. So the next figure is Naare, at least that's how I think you pronounce it. It's spelled N-A-A-R-E, and she comes with a really cool Asajj Ventress lightsaber hilt, so that's just another way to get that cool lightsaber hilt with a red lightsaber blade, of course. So she's obviously, to me, the bad guy in the Freemaker Adventures, if, my opinion, even though I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, she has dark blue hood, looks really cool with a dark blue cape, which is also a very nice, softer material, much more flexible and movable, posable, not really posable, I guess, but movable. It's not going to fray and bend as much as the older version of capes. Her torso printing, her leg printing, her wig printing is all pretty cool. Looks really stellar to me. And underneath the hood is a really cool face print. It looks and reminds me of Darth Maul, kind of. It looks really cool. I don't know what you guys think about it, but I think it looks really cool. She also has a double-sided face. You can see like a much less evil face there, so you can, you can get a different playability out of her. Underneath, on the back, there's some back printing, even though it's covered up by a cape, so that kind of doesn't make sense to me. So if you want to take the cape off, though, you can, and there's still some detail back there. She also includes a hairpiece, which I assume is for the happy face, not the evil face. So let's flip that around and put the hairpiece on. And she looks kind of normal. So yeah, you can have a lot of playability with that in changing up your character and who she is and who she looks like by taking away the red lightsaber and flipping the head around and putting the hair on. So yeah, that's the cool figure. Naare, she's really cool. We'll take a look at Dengar's speeder and the Eclipse Fighter right now. Alright, this speeder is a very cool and yet simple build, and I honestly think it's one of my favorite Star Wars speeder designs in LEGO that I've ever seen. It's really good looking in my opinion. The colors match up well, just everything goes together oh so well on this speeder. You can have Dengar sit down, or stand up rather. He stands up on this, because you can kind of see there's a lot of height there. He stands up and he can pilot his speeder bike, and it looks so cool in my opinion. You can get his hands onto the steering devices, even though they kind of come out a little, you can see there. But yeah, it looks really cool. You can also flip his gun. Oops. Flip his gun. You can put his gun up onto this back piece so that he's got a place for his gun. And yeah, so that speeder looks really nice. This is kind of posable, depending on what you want to do. So you can kind of move it however you need it. And yeah, it looks really cool. Let's go ahead and move on to the Eclipse Fighter and check out its features. This is the Eclipse Fighter. It's really cool in my opinion. It really reminds me of General Grievous' Starfighter if you ask me, but it's still a really cool ship. It's got a few features that I'm going to show you. I'm going to start out with the spring-loaded missiles. You can see them right here on the front. And the way to fire them is to just kind of put your finger down in there and push down. It also includes an extra spring-loaded missile, so you have 3 in this set, but only two that can fire at a time. So you just put your finger down here and you can shoot it. It shoots pretty fast and far, and it's a really cool feature. I love these spring-loaded missiles. They add a lot of playability to these sets instead of flick-fire missiles, you know, which were kind of hit and miss a lot of the time. So it's nice to see spring-loaded missiles incorporated into this set in a really cool way, which I'll show you in a second. The other thing is here the clip. You can put her lightsaber on there on either side. There's clips on both sides there. You can see. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on this side for now. I just think it will look fine there, and it'll stay right there while you're flying around, and she can fit in the cockpit. So the cockpit opens up really easy. You just pull up on the red, and she actually kind of lays in there. She doesn't sit, really. It's a little bit different. So she lays in there. If I can get it down, there you go. And her cape might get kind of snagged up on the cockpit sometimes, but that's okay. You can just kind of coax it in there. Or honestly, you can just take the cape off when you want her to be in there. It's probably a lot easier to do that if you're just playing around with it. So yeah, the engine detailing is also a really cool point of emphasis. You can see here the light blue to represent engines. It looks really good all the way around, and I think they did a stellar job there with that. The other feature, which is my favorite feature of this set, is just the way the wings work, and that's by just pushing and pulling this. You can open and close it and put it into different modes. So you have like a, I would call this like a regular fight mode or flight mode, and I would think that this is like a fighting mode because it has the flick fire missiles or the spring loaded missiles revealed. And that's honestly my favorite thing, is that when it's like this, you can't shoot your spring loaded missiles, but when it's like this, it's, you know, open season. So that's one of the coolest features I've seen in a LEGO set, or a LEGO Star Wars set, in quite a while. That's like honestly my favorite thing about this. It's so cool. It's very fluid, very easy to do. You just push and pull. It will stop on its own. So no worries. You're not going to break it by doing it too many times or something. It's very sturdy, very well built. You can see the Technic working here. So yeah, it does have a couple of printed pieces. You can see the tiles there, just kind of added detail for when it's in this position, although you can't see them really when it's in this position, so it just depends. Underneath, just basic landing gear, nothing too special, just kind of a little different build underneath. Just give you a look here. So yeah, it's a really fun build, really cool set. This is honestly the better of the 2 Freemaker Adventures sets. It's really, really cool, and for only $30, it's really worth picking up, even for the Dengar figure alone. So yeah, really cool, very cool design, lots of playability with this one. I think kids are going to love it. You get this extra little speeder, which gives it a lot of added value in my opinion. And of course the Dengar figure is a really cool addition to go with it as well, the hairpiece, you know, and the extra missiles. So that is it for this review. I honestly think it's really cool. This is like a 9 out of 10 for me, so really cool set, lots of features, really good price. So yeah, definitely check this one out if you get the opportunity. And that is it for this review of the LEGO Star Wars Eclipse Fighter. I hope you guys did enjoy, and keep your eye out for more summer 2016 LEGO Star Wars set reviews coming from my channel soon. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss them. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed my review, and if you like this set. It's a really awesome set once again. So yeah, comment down below as well what you think about this set if you're going to be picking it up. If you're not picking it up, let me know why. Yeah, so thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Peace out.